Nothing like a lava field and a path through the lava to start our 14-day trip from Reykjavik to Copenhagen. The absolute best way to relax after a long flight is a dip, an hour dip in the Blue Lagoon. The other fun activity is to paint your face in silica algae, good for the skin, coating for 10 minutes. After the Blue Lagoon, it's into the capital city of Iceland, Reykjavik, for some sightseeing. There's the major mountain of Reykjavik. And there is the Lutheran Church of Reykjavik. 375 pipes. Iceland itself is the size of the state of Ohio, and there's a lot of graffiti in Reykjavik. This small little hot dog stand with a very, very long line is the highlight and premier restaurant of Reykjavik. The maker of hot dogs just works like a automated line. On a nice, crisp, cool 50-degree morning, we are standing at the edge of the North Atlantic plate with all types of cracks, heading over to the European plate, which is defined by that black line in the distance. All of the wildflowers are in bloom as we now proceed down that rift right over there. The highlight of the Golden Circle Tour is the Gullfoss waterfall. So now the next stop on the tour is Hotel Geyser for lunch. A lot of people are waiting for this thing to erupt. This is our guide, Boga. So Boga, what does the glacier sound like when it goes off?
The sound of it is similar like to...
And if you get caught in the mist, you have to flee. It's toxic. Tourism is Iceland's #1 moneymaker, and you can buy a memory of the air here at the geyser for $11. The morning begins with horsebacking ride at Hester's Horse Farm. Now we go and meet the horses. Looking at the horses. This is the Seas Voyager, about 450 odd crew, 12 decks. 15 minutes before lifeboat drill on board the Regent Voyager. The embarkation was run swiftly and smoothly, under 15 minutes from there to our room. Departing Reykjavik, next stop Isafjordur, with a view of downtown Reykjavik in the distance. On day 2 of the cruise from Reykjavik to Copenhagen finds us in the small town of Isafjordur. Taking a stroll through Isafjordur, here's a typical house, and despite the fact that it is really cold, upper 30s, mid 40s, there are flowers abloom everywhere. These are fisherman houses built in the 1880s. This house even has the date it was built. Wednesday morning begins in the town of Akureyri. 17,000 people, 4th largest city in Iceland. Tour of Akureyri and the Godafoss waterfall. Heading towards the God's waterfall, or Godafoss. This is the Botanic Garden. The main pedestrian shopping mall looks pretty quiet on a Wednesday afternoon. It's 7:30 in the morning, has rained, not currently raining, and this is the port of Tórshavn. Now we take a look at the Danish town of Torshavn, Faroe Islands, with these thatch or grass-covered roofs. The locals are Viking, friendly, speak English. On a very stormy and windy day brings us to the Shetland Islands. No trees whatsoever on the Shetland Islands. The ship's captain has canceled the stop at the Shetland Islands. We're off to Norway with an unexpected day at sea. After getting up at 6 a.m., even before getting coffee, it's time to get onto the internet. Ship's internet is nothing short of horrible and will go off as soon as we get anywhere near a port. In the gym, well, several machines, 3 ellipticals, that's what I need. Morning workout, I immediately come down to the 5th floor to get my lactose-free latte made with a picture every morning by Hanna from Ukraine. Hanna, how is it to serve me my latte every morning? Do you enjoy it?
I enjoy it. You're my first customer every day.
Shortly after 8, we're up on deck 11, the Lido deck, for breakfast. So wash your hands before you enter the restaurant. Fruits, cereals, hot dishes, bread, pastries, fruits, juices, and oatmeal. Then there's a special of the day, in this case, smoked salmon potato frittata. And then finally one can have eggs made to order. A special sausage and mushroom omelet. And my favorites, salmon and prosciutto. It's 15 to 9, breakfast is over. It's time to go ashore and see the sights. If one is going on a tour, one gets off the ship and walks over to the buses. Taking the elevator up to the top deck from 4 to 11. Doesn't take that long. But I'm playing shuffleboard for valuable Regent pieces of plastic from Nathan. Back at 12:30, quick stop in the room, then it's the lunch. There are 3 choices for lunch aboard the ship. The first is the Compass Rose, the main dining room, which rather uniquely one walks through to get from one side of the ship to the other. Second choice is the poolside grill. Steaks, hamburgers, fish, chicken. When the weather's nice, as it is here, it's a nice place to have lunch. So there's always a pretty young lady up here to tell me which side to go. Where are we eating today?
That side, sir, please.
Thank you. And a rather smallish buffet with a possibility of getting pasta. Looking at the pizza specials of the day. And here are the choices. What to do in the afternoon? Well, you can read newspapers, do a crossword puzzle, or enter the trivia contest. Check out books in the library. Go on a free tour. There are several of these every day, morning and afternoon. Work on the devilishly tough jigsaw puzzle that's been worked on for the last week and a half. Almost done. Talk to reception opposite destination services about a problem you may have aboard the ship. Replaces the purser's office. Up on deck 12, one can walk around the deck. 7 laps equals a mile. Perhaps play croquet or putt-putt. This is our room steward, Claudio from Goa.
Hi.
Hi, how's it to clean our cabin every day?
Often 2 days. Like morning and evening.
And finally, this is where you check in for your treatments that start at 8 a.m. in the morning and go to about 7 or 8 at night. On deck 5, we head into the Horizon Lounge for tea. Appetizers, pastries, and tea. And tea is accompanied by live music. Immediately following tea is team trivia, and here's our team.
So when the Blue Danube debuted in a Vienna concert, it was not well received. The composer grumbled, "The devil can take the waltz."
Unfortunately, we finished 4th in team trivia, but we have accumulated along the way a lot of Regent points. So about 6:30 we go to the Voyager Lounge on deck 4 for cocktails. There are 4 choices for dinner. The first is the main dining room. The second choice is Prime 7, a beef steakhouse. The third choice is the French restaurant Signatures. With the Shetland Islands behind us, we get an unexpected day at sea as we proceed towards Alesund, Norway. Now docked at the town of Alesund, Norway. 2 pretty Baroque style churches. I've always wanted to hike that path up to the top of that hill to see whatever that facility up there is. And a hint of blue showing for the first time. And it's 8:15 and they're getting the gangway ready for people to disembark. Ship should be cleared in about 15 minutes max. Now I am at the foot of the mountain. Fjellstua, 418 stairs to go. A whole lot of steps. Done, a whole lot to go. And the prize on top is a restaurant and a clear view of our ship at dock. As well, the entire town of Alesund and the fjords. This is a typical 1831 house. The houses are on poles to keep the mice out. Here we have a field of daisies growing on a roof of a Norwegian house. As the sun sets in the distance, we are sailing out of the Alesund fjord and heading towards Bergen, Norway. Next stop tomorrow morning. On a fairly warm, relative to this cruise, Tuesday morning, we arrive in the city of Stavanger. Wednesday morning, a totally blue skies as we head. Norway's 8th largest city, Kristiansand, a town of 67,000 people. Thursday, and we are almost at Oslo. And it looks like we are docking in Old Town right next to the fortress. Then on to the city, where the stores open between 9 and 11 a.m. in the morning. And this is where the Nobel Prizes are awarded. And this is how the room looks when they hand out Nobel Prizes. And this is the same view. And wait, I see a winner getting ready to accept her award. It's noon. Time to head back to the ship for lunch. Janice wants to go shopping at the store next door, so we're off. Friday morning, and the flags have changed to those of Denmark. We now enter the town of Skagen. Yellow houses, very flat.
Skagen?
Skagen, as the Icelanders would say, seems to be one big tourist trap. As we pull away from the dock and head towards Copenhagen, this could be a very good place to end this video of the cruise aboard the Regent Voyager.
On the 7 seas, Voyager, on the 7 seas, Voyager, on 7